Friends, lovers, and all of the others, welcome to another episode of Pod from the Bunker, where I interview musicians, streamers, and creators, friends from Twitch, and actually friends from all across the world, and musicians from across this country so far. And today we have another musician from, I believe, Calgary, or at least the West Coast area. And my goal with this podcast is to learn a little bit more about these people and teach you a little bit more about these people. And you can check all of the past interviews that I've done out with on your podcast episode, on your favorite podcast apps. So the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, whatever you listen on, it should be there. And all the video podcasts are on YouTube. So you can go over to my YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find this podcast on all the podcast apps, and you can watch it live on Twitch. So my Twitch is Kev from the Bunker. My YouTube is not Kev D. Foster, it's Kevin D. Foster. That's a mistake that's been happening for 6 months now that I haven't fixed. Ridiculous. All the links for my merch and everything is below. All of the links for our guest Sally Wallick will be below today. And if you are in the chat today right now, I'm just going to hit the guest and you can get all of her links from her website there. So without further ado, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to support us, we also have a Patreon link, and there is just a basic $3 tier where if you like what I do with the podcast and the live sessions and everything that I do, you can just support by subscribing for $3. Everyone here on Twitch, thank you for being here, and let's bring in Miss Sally Wallick and learn how the heck we got here and how we became friends. Miss Sally Wallick, how are you today?
Well, look who it is.
So sly with your words always.
I'm doing great. This is actually my first podcast. So
really?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Wow. And it's video and it's remote. Extra tough to pull off.
Cool. Yeah.
We've sorted it out. Thank you for joining us today. I know there's been a bit of for both of us. We've had quite the last couple months. I know you were wrapping up another job that you deal with, and I have had gigs out the wahoo. So thank you for putting in the time here. And
you're welcome.
Can I ask you, what were the series of events that led you here today, musically?
Oh my goodness. Music?
Just give me
I've always been.
Just the Coles notes.
Do you want my whole life story?
Yeah, just the Coles notes though. Just the.
Well, it all started when I got born. I've always loved music. I think for different reasons, and the journey has been fun. I'm super stoked to kind of be where I'm at right now in music, because it feels like I could potentially make it more of a job,
of course,
which it didn't really feel like for a while. I think a lot of musicians can relate. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've just always loved music. It's been my therapy. It's been my coping mechanisms. I love going to live performances. It's just always been a huge part of my life. So.
Of course. Did you start in some choir? Did you play in the school band? Did you take lessons on piano?
In grade 6 grade 5, I had an amazing teacher. Okay. So I'm actually a middle school teacher now. I
wasn't sure if I was supposed to say that or not.
That kind of like made me want to be a teacher as well. It was super influential guy. His name was Mr. Averill. And unfortunately he's passed away now. And actually, I did a gig with his son 3 months ago, so it's really cool, and I've really connected with his son now through all this, which is really cool. But I used to try out for some of the school musicals. I never got the part. I don't hold a grudge, but
just a little sour.
I never got the part. That's fine, that's life. But in grade 5, that was the one teacher who really believed in me. He was sort of like the equivalent to Jack Black in School of Rock, but just more appropriate.
Oh, the best.
Yeah. So he brought the guitars out. We did a bunch of Willie Nelson. He legit looked like Willie Nelson. He had the long hair. It was sort of like you would see him on a street and you would not know he was a 5th grade teacher. Yeah. He walked to school. His bag was like a plastic bag. Like, he was just such a neat, just down to earth guy. And he, when I started playing guitar, he was just really, like, he made me feel very special, which I didn't really I actually struggled through school, elementary school a lot. And it's sort of the first teacher who sort of made me feel like I was like really good at something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was actually very powerful. And I found that through music. And he used to, after school, do this guitar club that I would always go to. And then I started singing and just loved it. And then, yeah, finally got a part in the school play because I'm pretty sure that guy just rallied for me.
I think
He was awesome.
interesting
And
teachers and influences like that can really shape you, because you can go, oh, you can also be a teacher and do that too. And we can also be Willie Nelson and a teacher. I don't have to be.
right.
Yeah, you get this sort of formative idea from these people. And I had a couple of teachers like that as well. I think I had a fourth grade teacher. His name was Mr. Bruce, and he brought an acoustic guitar to class for our music portion. He was always singing. Actually, Kem Janet's in chat, and he sang Signs by the 5-man electric band. Sign, sign, everywhere, sign. And then One Tin Soldier, that was another one we sang. And then
Nice. Yeah.
he did Superman never made any. So all of these songs that were not like obviously in the school program, but he would bring his guitar,
Right.
and for music we would sing and play Jingle Bells and whatever the heck else we had in class, and that was super formative for me as well. So I can totally relate to you on that. Do you think that's always ask everybody, how did you get the bug? And obviously that was how you got the bug, but did you start writing music right away? Were you doing covers, or how did that journey go for you?
No, actually, I didn't start till grade. I think I would always make silly songs. I would
Okay.
make like songs for my friends' birthdays that I never really considered to be writing songs, but I guess I started just doing that
Right.
stuff. But I never wrote my first song. I should find it. I just remember the lyrics didn't really make sense and they were very simple, but I do have all the audio that I should pull out from high school. But you outgrow music, but it's still interesting. It's like you look back and it's almost like if you did those songs now, you feel like you're almost taking from like a different person.
Yeah, 100%.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I there was this school fashion show that all the girls it was just out of my comfort zone, and everyone just like assumes that I would love doing that, but I
Okay.
just didn't want to walk on the stage. But then at the same time, it was like, okay, you have to either do this or something else, Sally. So then I wrote a song for the fashion show, and then I was like, can I just do this song?
And do you
So-
remember what that song was about?
I should pull it up. It was so simple. It was like tap, tap, tap your feet. You move, move, move to the beat. Something about standing on a stage. It was sort of like dreamlike. It was very visual, and it was like what was it?
You were describing the show.
What does it mean if you're standing on the stage in the middle of the rain, in the middle of the day? What does it mean? Something, something, something. It's
That's
just
pretty introspective, though, if you ask me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember though, it's a funny story. I got so nervous because I hadn't even really performed too much in front of people. And then I decided that it was a good idea to do it in front of all my grade 12 high school peers at a big fashion show event, writing my own song.
How did it go?
And it all sort of like came together all at once. It was like, gosh, shit.
How did the song hit?
What have I done? What?
How did the song hit? How did the performance go? How did that moment go in time?
Well, Kevin, I will tell you how it went. It did not go well at first, as many things don't.
But you pulled it
That's
together?
okay. So I just started playing, and then I was just like, I don't remember. My brain is going blank.
Mm-hmm.
Did I think about writing down the lyrics or having something in front of me? No, I don't know why, but I did not think about that until I was up there. And I was like, what have I done? This was so stupid of me.
You live, you learn.
Everyone's so quiet. And I'm scared of half these people. and then my good friend Bryce. And Bryce is one of those guys who he's like the classic like rugby football guy who's like 3 times bigger than
Gentle
anyone.
giant, though?
Yeah, but like a teddy bear.
Yeah, the
He
gentle
just
giant.
stands
Yeah.
up and he just starts like clapping. He's just like, let's go, Sally. And then everyone starts doing it, which kind of made it worse at first.
The
Until,
unintended.
like, I was sitting there, and then I guess it's also a lesson that I really try. It's just like, you just have to laugh at yourself.
Of
You know?
course. Yeah.
Once you're able to just find the joke of it and laugh about it, everything just feels less scary.
Well, I was really
So
hoping
then I was able to do it.
you pulled it together.
Yeah, and everyone was really nice about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I was going to say, I was hoping this would lead to the performance went amazing and I couldn't wait to do it again. And that's how we got here today or something. So did you perform around, did you ever consider music as a career or to take it seriously through your journey of life? Like as you were going to, college and beyond, you obviously had a goal to be a teacher.
Yeah. I think for sure I like thank actually goodness for my parents. They're very supportive, but at the same time, I was that kid. I was like, okay, bye mom, bye dad, peace. I'm going on the road. I'm gonna find some people. They're gonna be my band. We're gonna buy a car, and like we're just gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
My dad's like, I don't know about that, Kelly. Like, maybe you should have a maybe you should have like a backup plan first. And I'm like, Dad, this is my this is the only plan I have for myself. But
Right.
I'm glad that I went to school and kind of got that backup plan, because I think also, I mean, everyone's so different, but I think if I had to rely on like a passion for income, I feel like
You can suck it dry.
it's hard to keep remembering why you love it.
Yeah.
And then if you're performing, you always, like, people can tell if you're not enjoying it.
Right.
I mean, that's, I think, part of great performers is you see them and you see passion in their eyes and you like see how much they love it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I got like a different plan first, and then I can focus more on music now without having to worry about
Of course.
not sleeping in a cardboard box.
Yeah. I know. I understand.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I don't think it would get to that point, but
Well, it's happened to me in ways where like I play everybody else's songs.
sleeping in a cardboard box?
No.
I'm just joking. Sorry.
I know. You're
Kevin,
like,
no.
what I do mean is, sorry, what were we talking about there now? I know I'm giggling and reading chat. Anyways, doesn't matter. I was just gonna say something funny.
Sorry.
But it's okay. It doesn't matter. That's me, not you. That's on me, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. We're just around dinner time here where I'm at. So we're in different time zones. So we had to make this work,
Right.
everybody.
Yeah.
So Kev's just a little hungry. He forgot. It's okay.
No.
So what my question is, how do you become a successful musician? Like you see that you said you saw a glimmer of it possibly being a job for you now. How do you think that you become a successful musician and make your income that way solely?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's almost like I'm not like I want to do it, but I don't know. That's a great question. Does someone else have an answer?
No, because there's no right answer. It's just
Right,
like
exactly.
yeah.
I think with it, it's so volatile to the point where I don't know. At what point do you reach success? I guess that's like where I'm just so confused. And I actually don't know how to answer that question. I think that's actually the beauty of it all is you have these goals that become less like concrete. And I feel like right now with Twitch, it feels like my goals are more like, I mean, every Twitch streamer has this goal, I think. Like, it would be amazing to make partner eventually. But it is an interesting way through Twitch to make money, because it sometimes feels like you're just pulling from your community at some point, which would be nice not to have to do eventually.
Right.
You know, yeah, everyone knows that you rely on them sort of to make that income until you get more of the Twitch verse advertisements and money from sponsorships, which I guess would be my goal eventually.
Right.
And but also it's really cool because it leads to actually having an audience where, like, I love live shows, and there's like, well, I mean, it would be really cool to maybe one day tour and do it that way. And I think also, though, you hear a lot about touring, and you don't actually make too much money touring unless you're playing big shows. So it's like the starving artist comment is super real. But I guess unless you're super famous, it would be really hard to be completely solely a musician. But I think that's why Twitch is really cool, because you don't have to just be a musician. You can talk about tech. You have this audience that you can ask for help, not just with money, but like for support in other endeavors later on down the road. You have people to kind of, if you want to start up, say, just for example, like a clothing company or something down the road. Like I've always thought of potentially maybe doing something like that too, because I like design and I like art.
After avoiding that fashion show?
Right. Well, I wouldn't be walking it.
No,
I'd
true.
probably fall off a lot of things.
You'd be dressing the folks walking it. I hear you.
Right? But it would be cool to, yeah, do that. So I guess your initial question, I don't know how to answer.
Well, there's a million ways. Like a lot of people teach, and I play everybody else's music. I play everybody else's music. I don't make $1
cool.
I don't get $1 by playing my own music, and I've just come to terms with that. So I've kind of taken my losses where I will, and that is where you said like it can take the passion out of it. It kind of did for me. I love playing CCR. I love the Beatles and the Eagles, and I love playing that music. But also I need to feed my soul and myself. So like I've decided, like the whole thing is if I can get one of those personal songwriter gigs where my name is on the ballot and you pay $7 to come see me play a half-hour set, that would be really cool. And I will do that. As long as I can make enough money playing everybody else's song to take a night off to do that, right?
Yeah,
it's a weird dichotomy, but there are Twitch, like you said, gives a huge ability for people to expand their horizons beyond, because not everyone can do or is willing to do or wants to do what I do or what a teacher does, teaching every day. Yeah. But you have that background too, so it's something a lot of musicians have to compartmentalize all of these things together. They teach a little bit here, they do some cover shows here, they play a wedding there, they play guitar on your track, they do all these different things to sort of maintain themselves. So just something to consider is like as what I found is I can't put all my eggs in one basket. I have to sort of spread myself a little bit and try to get a little bit here and there, because I was on Mixer before Twitch, and I don't know if you know what Mixer was, but it was a streaming platform the same as Twitch, but owned by Microsoft, and it went under. And so for the first 3 months of the pandemic, I was streaming on Mixer, and I had built a great community there, and then I had to kind of pull them all over so I was behind 3 months on Twitch after the pandemic started. So such a weird little thing. But then now I realized I can't put everything in one basket, because if things change there, that's beyond my control, and I need to have other little places other little feeding holes.
For sure. And I think, it's just amazing that we can stream online and build community. Yeah. But I think also, like, it's not even like I would want to put all my eggs in one basket, because there's so many different experiences, and like I forget, because I'm obsessed with Twitch. Yeah. To the point where I'm like, do I have a problem? I don't know. Yeah. But I just love it so much for so many reasons. But I almost sometimes forget like what a live show feels like, because they're so different, right? In different ways. And it's like, I don't know if I even want to do this live show, but then I go there and I remember different aspects of why I love music and connecting with real live human beings. Yeah. Well, there's all these different parts of your soul or your brain, and you're just hitting different dopamine parts with each of those. It's not like anyone is better or worse, but they're both fulfilling in different ways. I would say that for sure. I think also by doing that, like one more thing, I think why I've loved Twitch so much is it feels like you're able to grow more and learn more, because you're able to do it more. Yes. It's hard to get a gig every night, and also that's exhausting to have a live gig every night. But I find sometimes maybe you can get in a rut of doing the same things every single time, where you forget about the creative side of it, where I think every musician gets into it because of the creative side and that outlet. But if you're just doing kind of the same thing every time to make money, you forget about that aspect, and then you can't grow as a musician. And then if you can't grow as an artist or a musician, then you can't grow your business.
Well, this is a great conversation because one of my questions is how do you balance finance and art, and how, like, because those are such a hard thing to do when you paint a picture and you're like, well, this is worth $3,000, and someone's like, why? And you're like, arbitrary. You know,
Yeah.
it's only worth what someone is willing to pay for is what it is. So the beauty of Twitch is you provide a service and people are willing to pay or donate or give subs or things like that because they enjoy what you do. So it's a really nice way. And same with my tip jar. I'm the guy who's exhausted for playing shows every night. So my voice sounds like this right now. So, but I also, if I have CDs or something, I put them as pay what you will, and always someone drops more money than what, you know, I would ask for it. So yeah, it's funny to see, and yeah, it's fine. It's hard to find that balance. I'm in very obsessive compulsive about certain things, and so I was able to sort of do that because I was a madman and willing to be unhealthy. But it's not for everyone, and that's why I said, like, I like that. The other thing I want to mention is if you want to tour, a lot of Twitch artists who are doing great on Twitch and growing on Twitch, they have people in every city. So now they have a venue there. They're able to show up there, and they have, you know, 25, 35 people in that city who are coming to that show, where you couldn't really, you'd be like, I'm going to Ottawa, and then, but now you have a dozen people in Ottawa.
This.
Yeah. Who dat?
Oh, yeah, it's so true.
Absolutely. So what does it take to become a legendary? Do you think we'll ever have a legendary rock star again, or are we losing that? Like, I think Jack White.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, who's going to be the next sort of like Jimi Hendrix? Like that in 40 years, someone's going to be like, this guy would change the game.
Yeah, like the icon.
Yeah, or a girl.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it comes down to, like, it's so much more than just playing a song. You could be like, I don't even know what makes the best song ever, but you can play your song and be so incredibly talented. But I think now you have to do everything, which I love. And that's kind of those are the layers, and that's just reality, I think, in so many professions. Like, you have to keep up with the technology, but I think you can't just be a musician now. You have to be like your own self promoter. You have to be
publicist,
graphic designer. You have to know how to talk to people. You have to be a publicist. You have to know how to use a computer.
Yeah, no, there's so much.
You know, there's so much more to it. But I guess, like, thinking of like icons, I think icons as artists are going to be like maybe musicians, maybe actors, but I think they're more of those people who kind of push the line of, what do we call it?
Norm.
Like expectation, the norms, because normal is so boring.
Yeah.
Have you met a normal person before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You're absolutely correct.
I barely remember because I fell asleep halfway through.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah.
And also, I don't think anyone's normal, but unfortunately, sometimes you feel like you have to stifle your awesomeness just to fit in.
Right.
And I think the people who really try and thrive to not fit in that way are going to be the ones that are icons. But at the same I don't know. I always think of Harry Styles.
Okay.
And like what he's doing just with
fashion.
Like, with fashion. So, and he's an incredible musician, and it's really he was in this is a silly question.
He was in 5 Days for Sunrise, maybe, or something.
Oh, One Direction. I should know that.
One Direction is One Direction.
He was in a big band.
Yeah.
A very, very, very popular. I think it was One Direction.
Yeah, you're right.
Where the girls just
was.
they basically pass out at the concert.
They were the Beatles.
Oh my gosh! Which I was at a concert like that. I don't know how, and I was just like, am I just like 80 years old now, or like did like girls change over time?
Yeah, they do.
Like my ears. But it was cool. Like, I think he really had to make a big decision of like leaving that band to do his own thing. And I think, I don't know, I don't really pay attention to the tabloids, even though I love drama. But I think a lot of people didn't really believe in him, or like was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, that is so good. But now look at him. I think he would be maybe a rock star icon
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Well, I mean, and I always say Jack White. I mean, that's one for me. But again, this is all very
Mm-hmm.
arbitrary because, like, that guy literally built a record label. He owns all of his stuff. He has a record press. He has 4 different bands that we all know songs from.
Yeah.
He does whatever he wants, and he does it with complete artistry. And he is going to, I asked this question a lot, and if I finally answered, my answer is him for me. He's the guy who's going to be the Led Zeppelin in 40 years. Everyone's going to look back, I hope. You know, my nephews and nieces who are young. They're going to look back when they're my age or older and go, that guy was legendary. I didn't know it when I was 12, but it was awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have any other examples at all you might consider?
Oh man. Okay, so and I don't even know I don't have any covers by her, but her
Her.
name's Ash.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I thought you were going to say actually her.
ASHE.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have any like songs, but like I listen to her all the time. But she's again someone who's like makes incredible music, makes incredible like songs that are super vulnerable, and she allows people to see like that side of her. But she says things that everyone's thinking but doesn't usually say. And yeah, she also just pushes the ground. I think of like what's feminine, what's like power to the woman, but not in a very aggressive way.
Of course.
You know, like she just makes all these very good points, and I think it's really cool. I really love her because I was following her when I think she had like 10,000 followers on Instagram. I still haven't seen her live. I was going to, but then the story of my life of incidences happened, and I couldn't. Anyways, yeah, and now she has like over 1 million followers on Instagram, and I know followers aren't everything, but like she's becoming this really cool music. Well, she always was really cool, but I've just been like cyber stalking her since like 3 years ago. So it's cool to see actually her success and see how it's possible just by taking a bunch of chances and being different and weird and your authentic self. Blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely. Well, you said at the beginning of that like she's being authentic and vulnerable. And the first time I saw you perform, we rated you, and you did that Matt Mason song for me, and
Oh, yeah.
Hallucinogenics. It's the first time I saw you.
Yeah, I love that song.
Actually, it wasn't during the raid. I saw it when I was lurking in the background one day, and then I followed you, and then we raided you, and I asked you to play it. Anyways, when you played that song, I felt like you. I don't know if you close your eyes every time you perform, but I felt like you closed your eyes and went to another universe. And I was like, oh, she left us right now. And she's going over there. She's going over there to perform. And that is exactly what I love when I can almost see an out of body experience happening. Your eyes are closed. You're submersed in the song. So it was very vulnerable for me. And like, I don't know if you know, but it seemed like you were being so open at that moment. So what I would like to do now is ask you to perform a song for us. And maybe an original song that you wrote, so we can show a little bit more vulnerability and show all these people why I love exactly what you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the scene over to full screen for you. It's going to be a little bit of music. You can turn on all your reverb and grab your guitar, and the stage is yours. I'm going to mute yourself, and feel free to tell us a little bit about the song before you start. All right? Thanks, Sally.
All right. You're welcome.
All right, Sally, the stage is yours, and I'm going to mute myself right now.
All right, I'm just tuning right here. Classic Sally did not think about what song she was going to sing. But I'm going to I think I'm going to be playing 2 songs today. So I will play, talking about vulnerability. I will play a song called Pretty Little White Lie. And on stream, I usually loop this, but I think it'd be cool just to do it more chill and acoustic today. I'll try to keep my eyes open. So again, I'm a middle school teacher, but I used to be an elementary school teacher at this really, really hard school, which I actually loved because there was a lot of support there. But some days were really hard, dealing with like child services, just dealing with like hard times, and then also just dealing with, I think at the time, a stupid boy, and then, I don't know, everything just felt super heavy. And also there was a lot of good in my life, but I always just felt guilty, feeling so like sad all the time. I think I was like borderline depressed, probably depressed. And then I went home one day and I just wrote this song. It was just, yeah, sort of about like not being fine, but like trying to be fine, because you kind of feel like there's no reason, there's not enough reasons for you to feel worse than someone else who's going through something harder, because I feel like I live a very fortunate life. But anyways, this is Pretty Little White Lie. Put this on. I'll be honest, without being jaded, I got a good job, but I think I hate it. I wish I had more confidence. I wish he'd give me more compliments. I'm feeling sad for no reason, really. I'm not special and I'm not pretty, but if you ask me if I feel fine, I'll tell a pretty little white lie. Wasted on feelings, staring at my ceiling fan. Feeling, I just don't know who I am. I have no reason to be feeling this way. I'm fine, I'm alright, but that's a pretty little white lie. Feeling lost, no sign to guide me. All the bad roads are so inviting. I feel shame for my ways. I was a bad friend in a dark place. I feel sad for no reason, really. I'm not special, I'm not even pretty, but you ask me if I feel fine. I tell a pretty little white lie. Wasted on feelings, staring at my ceiling fan. Feeling, I just don't know who I am. I have no reason to be feeling this way. I'm fine, alright. I'll be honest, without being jaded, I got a good job, but I think I hate it. I wish I had more confidence. I wish he'd give me more compliments. I'm feeling lost with no sign to guide me. Why are the bad roads so damn inviting? I feel ashamed for my ways. I was a bad friend in a dark place. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Wasted, I'm feeling, staring at my ceiling fan. I'm feeling, I just don't know who I am. I have no reason to be feeling this way. I'm fine, I'm alright. That's a pretty little white
Beautiful. Oh, you had me in a trance again. And yeah, the comment about the eyes closed thing wasn't anything good, bad, or indifferent. It's just I could just feel you in a moment, and I feel like almost and it was just a cover song. I came in and requested so, and then you go and pour your heart out with your own song there, and I feel the same way with your eyes open. It doesn't matter. It's just
yeah, no, it's actually funny you mentioned that because I didn't actually realize. Okay, so like forever, and I just couldn't not do it. I would close my eyes while performing. Like when I was like probably for about 4 years.
Yeah.
I would like close my eyes and I would like tap my
Yeah.
foot like for rhythm, and that would be my style. But it would just like I couldn't see anything that would happen. But
you can feel it though. You can
nice.
you can feel it through the room. I find if you're at a live gig sometimes, but yeah, I'm indifferent to that. I've been told not to do that. I do or don't sometimes, but what I do now is a little
Gotta
bit.
dodge the stuff too,
Yeah.
I was just joking.
So what generally sparks you your creativity? Excuse me. Why was that so hard to get out?
I feel that so much more than you know.
Why
Words are hard.
Words are
really
silly.
hard sometimes.
What sparks your creativity? Excuse me.
Probably just feelings, and usually like if I'm in a really good like creativity for different things have different feelings. Like if I'm feeling really happy, I actually really like to draw. I don't actually share that much, but I like to draw a lot, like just little doodles. But creativity wise, through writing music, usually lyrics will usually only come when I'm feeling down or feeling stressed out or anxious, which is interesting and kind of a nice thing. Lately, I've been finding it harder to write music because I'm just like, damn, can someone just break my heart already?
Yeah. Well,
Someone break my heart.
I used to challenge myself to write only happy songs on purpose because they're hard. They're very hard to write. Like maybe challenge yourself. Just be like, you know what? Today I'm going to write a song about a good feeling and try. It's not always as easy, and sometimes the melodies have to change and the chords have to change from. But challenge yourself to that. I found because I used to enjoy. I feel music too hard. I can't listen to sad music. It makes me almost like you almost had me in stitches over here. So
I'm sorry.
So I like happy music. I always listen to like Sublime and upbeat sort of stuff like that. So I always challenge myself to write those. So yeah, it might be a different exercise, and they're harder to write. They really are harder to write a happy song. Yeah, without sounding cheesy, I guess, because you can write LMFAO songs, party rock or whatever. Those are But
I know it's so hard. Like I just really try. I try. Sometimes I'll write a catchy song, but sometimes it just feels like it's just feels so
juvenile,
cheesy.
Yeah,
But maybe I should just do that. That's what's fun about the improv. You can be cheesy and stuff on stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have actually a few songs that are almost done that I'm ready to like show people soon.
Nice. That's exciting.
But yeah, it's like my dad. My dad's like always just like, Sally, you should write a happy song. I'm like, Dad, I'm happy because I write sad songs.
There you go. That's a great rebuttal, I must say.
A happy song. I should write. I do have some happy songs.
Speaking of dad and or mom or any guardians or any formative people in your life, what was in their record collection that you were forced to listen to growing up? What was in your parents' record
Jimmy
collection?
Buffett.
Was it
just
all happy songs? Oh, do we lose her? Oh, we lost her. That's okay. I'll just put you guys on a break screen and we'll get her back on here because she's going to tell us about Jimmy Buffett, which is the happiest, most fun-loving songs in the world, and she doesn't write those, which is so funny. So hang tight for 1 second, guys. I'll be right back after I bring Sally back into this chat here. So what happened? Your landlord turned off the internet, you said?
Yeah, I think so. It's never happened before. And yeah, they usually tell me. I think they turned something off in the garage, which turned off my like booster.
Oh, okay.
Which
right.
Yeah.
Always good.
But the issue is like it got more frustrating because I don't have a phone right now because of a water fight incident that happened over the weekend. So I'm like, I don't have no phone, so I have no data. I have no way to contact Kevin.
Yeah.
I was like, I just had to sit here until I like went and like frantically knocked on their door, and I feel actually bad
Why?
for them because they felt so bad.
Oh, right.
It's classic Canadian.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The beauty is I have post production. I'm just gonna cut all that out.
Yeah. Whew, okay. I mean, it wouldn't be a proper Twitch podcast without some technical issues, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Doing a live podcast, live things are going to happen. So crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
We were talking about how Jimmy Buffett was in your parents' record collection. And how you write sad songs, and Jimmy Buffett is literally the happiest songs in the world.
I know.
How did that work out?
Cheeseburger in paradise. I honestly grew up sort of like listening to my own music in a way, and like, yeah, I just kind of found what I liked.
Right. So you were rebellious against those records. They didn't have any formative.
No, they were fun, and honestly, when I listen to them now, well, like, there's a lot of good songs, but also, I'm like, a lot of songs, I mean, aren't the happiest too. I'm like, Dad, this isn't actually a happy song if you listen to it. It's just saying.
It just sounds happy because there's steel pan drums or whatever going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I was actually very influenced by, I think, Neil Young. I keep bringing up Neil Young.
Okay.
I loved Neil Young.
Okay, great.
And then a lot of actually country, because my dad loves country at the beginning, which I actually really like, I love country songs, especially just for the lyrics of country songs.
Right.
They're like the way it's able to connect. It's like a lot of poetry elements in country songs. Like
storytelling.
Metaphors and storytelling.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's almost literary. It's, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like it can be a book, and there are metaphors, but it also is telling you a story throughout. There's no, I enjoy that. That's kind of what I do, and that's what I grew up on. So you think that had a formative effect on what you write and what you play, is some of the country music, some of your parents, or did you just literally go, I'm listening to Nirvana and screw you?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was actually the best thing. I feel like I was exposed to a lot of different music, and I love pretty much every single genre, except for like screamo.
Yeah.
Even though like that has a time and place.
Yeah, so does pineapple on pizza, just not for me, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
Some people want that,
That's what I thought.
It's totally up to you. I don't care if you have that on your pizza. You can listen to metal, you can listen to screamo or whatever it is that you want. So, Sally, what do you think? What do you think it is that makes it so difficult to write a happy song? Then it's just you only because when you reach to those emotions, you say you go for the pen and doodle because you have a doodle account. I know. I noticed.
Yeah. Well, I guess also Sal does doodles. Hit me up.
Yeah. Shout outs.
I haven't made, yeah. Anyways, I think I can write happy songs. Maybe we'll end with, I think a happy song or like an optimistic song, but I think it always comes from an internal struggle of some sort, or like lately I feel like I've been writing little lines about just existential angst.
Right.
And like, what is our purpose here on earth?
Yeah.
And like deeper stuff, but in a positive way. Like it almost helps me understand certain things where it's like, maybe we don't have to understand exactly, but like, what is our goal in life? And I guess that's when you ask me, what is my goal like for success in music? And it's sometimes really hard to answer, because you're like, oh, I don't know. Do I necessarily need one all the time? And I guess I feel like maybe optimistic songs is where I'm leaning towards.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What makes you happy?
These are happy.
What
makes me happy?
Yeah.
Pineapple on pizza.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
They can.
No, you know what? I think the people in my life make me the most happy.
Okay.
And I really realized that through like, the pandemic and stuff. That was like really hard. Like just all the amazing friends and I guess meeting new people all the time makes me happy. Um, Happy people make me happy. You
That's a
know?
great song title. That's a
Like,
great song right there.
yeah, here we go. Yeah, you're actually helping. Write that down.
Well, I
All
was
right.
just gonna say to you, you're creating a list of happy song titles right now. You're like, the people that are around me make me happy, and happy people make me happy, and maybe strumming that guitar makes you happy, and all of these things can be put into a song. It's just now, getting the melody and the thing to feel that way, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's your happy song you're gonna, play for us next, or your optimistic song? Let's say.
Well, it's basically like a song. Do you want me to play it?
Of course I do. Yeah. So how about this? There's gonna be a little stinger. I'm gonna give you the full screen and then tell us a story about this optimistic song and then play it for us. How's that? Sound good?
Wait. Can you repeat all that again? That was so many things.
I'm gonna give you the full screen right now. But there's a little music. Remember?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. Rock and roll. Tune up there.
All right. Well, I joke about this, but it's also sort of exactly what it is about. It's like you live and then you die, and you might as well make the most of it because, yeah, you get one life. I think sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I really appreciate and just whatever anyone believes what happens in the afterlife, and I think that's the beauty of it. You can choose to just believe whatever you want, and that's amazing. But I have no idea what's going to happen after I die. But it's sort of a song about like making the most of your time on this earth because it'll just life just keeps moving on. Whether you've had a bad day or a good day, and I think the good days or the bad days make the good days possible. Like you can't just have a good day every day. That would be boring. But it's called Laugh Until You Have to Cry. I wrote it in first year university. This is one of those songs that I didn't really play for so long, and I don't know why, but I found it in my songbook. And I was like, yeah, I really feel this one. So just gonna adjust some things. Here we go. Calm down, baby, I love the sound of the wind and your voice is whistling. So strong, baby, I love the song that you sing when you think no one is listening. So, baby, don't you know that the world keeps spinning even when we're gone? So, let's go out tonight. We can laugh, sing, dance until we have to cry. Have to cry. Lay back, baby, I love the fact that you laugh at all the wrong things. Stay back, baby, I just might say the things I've wanted to say. Wanted to say. So, baby, don't you know that the world keeps spinning even when we're gone? So, let's go out tonight. We can laugh, sing, dance until we have to cry. Until we have to cry. So, baby, don't you know that the world keeps spinning even when we're gone? So, let's go out tonight. We can laugh, sing, dance until we have to cry. Till we have to cry. Till we have to cry.
Another beautiful one. Another one that makes me feel something. Now, it feels optimistic. It does feel optimistic. It doesn't feel sad, but it's got this almost like lull to it where I'm like, oh, it's almost like lullaby-y, if that makes sense. And it's beautiful. I love your style because like I said, the first time I heard you play that Matt Mason song, Hallucinogenics, you played it in your style. You had it sounded like you playing it. It was so great, and I just enjoy your style. Great style. Styling.
Yeah.
So let's see. We have a few fun questions for the end here, just before we close it out. Do you remember the first concert you went to?
Oh, yeah, I do.
What
It was Supertramp with my dad.
Amazing. Oh, that is golden.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
Four Non Blondes was opening. I actually was like, I had heard Supertramp, but not Four Non Blondes. And I fell in love with that one song, What's Up?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that should be on the list for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you could go on tour or play a show with any two artists, dead or alive, who are they?
Ooh. Like play a show, like open for them.
Or are they opening for you? I don't know.
Ash, for sure.
Okay, I figured that might be one. Yes.
Dope. I feel like we would have fun banter on the bus or whatever she does.
Yeah.
Who else? That's such a good question. I just
Can be dead or alive. It could be Elvis. It doesn't matter.
Oh, have you seen the new Elvis movie? Sorry,
No,
that's not answering.
but I should,
But
though.
it's so good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so good.
Was he like Justin Bieber? They just drove him into the ground.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad, but it's actually a really great movie. And
Okay, no spoilers. I will check it out.
I won't. No spoilers. Oh man, dead or alive? Bon Jovi. Just joking.
That could be a great answer.
Yeah, good. There's so many good answers. I feel like Lady Gaga and I could have a fun time.
So it's you and Ash and Lady Gaga,
Cool.
and we're calling this the Girl Power Tour.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, this is gonna be one of those questions that right after stream, I'm gonna be like, shit, I should have said David Bowie.
Oh, okay.
David Bowie.
Okay, we can.
Yeah,
do
there we go. I was like, I should have said David Bowie, and then I'm like realizing I still have a chance.
You have a chance. David Bowie's the man.
Yeah. He's cool.
That would be theatrical too.
Labyrinth?
Yes, I have.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah, and the costume and the puppetry in that is amazing. It's out of this world. Wow. Scares me still to this day as an old man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool. You couldn't make a movie like that now. Like, it wouldn't have the same feel.
No, it's hard. People don't appreciate the art of puppetry anymore. But if you look at a Jim Henson movie, it's insanity what they do. It's so hard and so crazy. But we're all Pixar fixed now. Like, it's too hard to go back from that, which I can understand. But what is on yours and Ash's and David Bowie's rider, or your rider at that show? Even any funny quirks or specific things? The rider is the piece of paper for the venue that says, I need these many M&Ms, a bottle of vodka, and 4 joints in the back room waiting for me. It can be anything.
Pineapple.
Okay, pineapple.
Lots of sparkling water. Champagne is a must.
Okay, champagne.
Like, beginning, middle, end. Champagne. Awesome. Just a little bit, not too much, not where it's unprofessional, but...
Anything else?
Puppies.
You can ask for that.
I think it's very therapeutic. I really do believe that. I think
I agree.
Puppies.
That's a interesting and you could get that. If you're on tour with David Bowie and you go, I need puppies in my green room, they go, sure, man, we'll fill that room with puppies.
Yeah. And maybe my mom.
Aww.
Just like sometimes, not all the time. Like,
you can leave her in a city. You're like, Mom, you're staying in Chicago tonight. We're having a hard time. You're staying here.
I feel like I'd get homesick.
Yeah, hop on the other bus, Mom.
My mom once in a while. Mom and puppies and champagne. That's all I need.
Right.
And then a well-balanced breakfast. But.
Is there a venue or festival that you would like this fantasy show to play? Like a famous festival or venue or anything?
I feel like the classic one would be like saying Coachella, but there's so many more iconic like places. Now I just can't remember their names.
That's okay. Take your time.
I might have to Google.
I mean, Tyler Levs told me that he would have the 2 artists come over to. That was a John Mayer and somebody. They'd be coming to his house to stream. That was his venue.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, like
I'm unfortunately not allowed puppies down here.
Okay,
but so we'd be limited. But that's a great answer.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be cool.
Okay. Well,
I feel so nervous. I'd be like, welcome in. You can leave your shoes on if you want.
Also, guess who's dealing with that rider you just gave? You're the venue owner. You got to go get puppies.
Right?
You got to deal with all that. And whatever Bowie asked for and whatever Ash asked for.
Right? I can barely keep my plants alive, let alone myself.
Oh, yes. Can we quickly, before we go, can you introduce us to your 2 streaming buddies and tell us a little bit about how that goes, please?
Kevin, I thought you would never ask. Okay.
I had planned on it, but we lost our connection and then I forgot, and now I remembered.
This is Jackie 2.0. She's been through a lot. She's been through rehab. She got married on stream to Gary, who's soaking up the sun over there. I promise he's not dead, but I'd rather just not stand up right now.
That's true. She's got no pants on, basically, is what she's saying.
It's not that type of podcast, I swear. Okay, this is Jackie. She's my best friend. She may look a little different than she's also in Candle. Usually you're not supposed to see this label. But yeah, this is Jackie. They had an offspring named Barry, which is over here.
Barry.
This is where I'm just like, look, Mom, look, Dad, I made it.
That's not an offspring. I thought it was actually going to be a sprout of sorts that came up in a pot. It's definitely not the same.
Well, he's growing. He grew up.
Okay. This is adorable, by the way.
And also, can I just quickly say hi, Ted? Ted made me this little tiny drum kit for...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw he posted it on our Discord. That thing is amazing, and he's
Hi,
Ted has also helped me with my camera sliders and 3D printing as well. He's an amazing dude, and so thank you very much for support out there, Ted. We all appreciate you.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, everyone who's here and everyone who just supports.
I mean, I just got a
on Twitch.
subscription
It's
from
incredible.
another great fellow, Psychotic Syrup, amazing fellow, supportive. And I'm not trying to shout out people on the Twitch. It's not about that for this podcast or anything, but like specifically, this is why I do it on Twitch, and this is why I've built such a community here of friends and people. And going back to gigging, it's been tough to be able to play so much. Like I can do this, but I would not be able to sing today on stream because I played 5 gigs this weekend. And so my voice is just like, it needs a couple days to chill. So it's been hard for me to stream. So I'm trying to find that balance, and doing the podcast with other Twitch streamers has been a way for me to still provide some sort of entertainment and still come and see my community in some way, shape, or form, and show them other people that they may not have been familiar with. So I just want to say thank you so very much for taking the time with me. I know that you're on summer holidays, and you got things to do and places to be and people's lives to save. We'll get to that next time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my friends are just blowing up the phone that I don't have right now.
The wet phone, yeah. Okay, well, Sally, thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate you going through this. And you know what? I would love to do it again because we only just scratched the surface. We could talk like this for hours about the industry and all of that other stuff. So let's try to do it again maybe in the fall. I don't know if you're too busy when you're back to school, but when you're back to school is when I kind of ease up on my gigs a little bit. And we'll
make it work.
Okay, cool. Sounds great.
Fun.
Awesome.
First podcast. Woo-hoo.
You nailed it.
All right.
Everyone in the chat, put your hands together for Miss Sally Wallick. Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you very much for doing this.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And I'll see you on your stream soon. When do you normally stream? You can tell the people when your streaming times are, because I'm sure
we've been kind of playing around with it a little bit, but I guess like in about 30 minutes I'll start a stream. But usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. PST, and then a few extra little ones.
Whenever you're
if you guys
feeling
want to join the Discord.
Cool. So all those links, I'm going to put your website link, and that has links to everything else, correct?
Actually, I haven't done my website in a while.
Well, I went there because I didn't see it has most links there. I went to Insta and all that stuff. But if you update that, because it's summer holidays, that will help everyone get to where they need to go.
No kidding, right?
I'll put that in the description. If there's any other links you want me to put in the YouTube description or in the podcast description, just let me know, and all the links for Sally will be below. All right.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I appreciate you doing this.
Good to see you.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Okay, bye now.
Peace.
And another one bites the dust, everyone. She's amazing. I didn't know much. I still don't know enough about Sally. We could have gone on for a couple more hours. I have so many questions for her, but we didn't get to them all. So definitely a returning guest for sure. And her plants will have to get a little bit more of a spotlight on the next podcast as well. Those plants are hilarious. She has a whole story. There's a whole soap opera in her chat, in her Twitch channel about the plants that are there. So thank you everybody who's here in chat watching on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, we do this live on Twitch, and if you're listening to this on one of your podcast platforms, thank you for listening. You can watch the video on YouTube or live on Twitch, and give us a review, give us a rating. If you don't like the show, you can rate it. Any interaction helps. So even if you give me bad interactions, it helps me ultimately. So all my merch, there are Live from the Bunker merch available and more coming. I'm going to get that available. Check out the YouTube channel for all the live performances that happen behind me. And thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Until next time, I want you guys to keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise.